Today I fucked up forgetting my husband had a meeting. 2 years ago, when Zoom Teams meetings were still the norm, I decided to have a nice bath. My husband was working from home at the time and worked in our spare bedroom. This room was also used for storage of various items, including towels. I decided that it was a good time to have a nice afternoon bath, and when I had finished I realized that I forgot to grab a towel. I called to him but he did not respond, which I figured was fine as he was still working. I decided to hop out of the bath and just grab a towel myself. His work usually consists of online chats or email correspondence, so it shouldn't be an issue. So I walk into the room, but naked, and as I turn to look at him I see a screen full of faces staring at me. I dove down so fast I'm pretty sure I suffered a knee injury. I was trapped hiding by the foot of the bed while hearing his colleagues laugh and freak out. He was in absolute shock himself and made some awkward joke about having to sort something out. He quickly switched off his camera and mic and helped me up. I grabbed a towel and ran to my bedroom. I cried under the covers for 2 hours before deciding to emerge again. TLDR walked naked past my husband's PC, not realizing he was in a Zoom Teams meeting. How long after this did he receive his promotion? The video chat we used at work had an option to display a background. One of my coworkers put up a prison cell picture for his background. I damn near lost it laughing. My wife did the same thing, shirt only, just last month. Facepalm. I'm sorry you cried and felt bad. I bet they were not even offended but amused. Don't worry about it. So weird, IT sent everyone 4K webcams this morning. And that's how your husband became Employee of the Month. People need to learn to blur the background on Zoom calls, haha. I was in a meeting and forgot I was not muted. Not only did I walk to the bathroom to pee, standing up of course so loud, I let out a very satisfied ah. This happened to me the other day. I got out of the shower and wife was in our room on a call. I had no clothes to get changed, so I tried to crawl out of sight and to the drawer quickly to get some boxers. I left and got changed. Then after the call my wife said that I was clearly visible in the background even though it was blurred. TIL, some people don't store towels in the bathroom. Everyone there got a raise. The next day the IT department upgraded his camera. I wonder if the Zoom meeting was being recorded. Explains why your husband's calendar is now full with Zoom meetings. What company does he work for? Asking for a friend. This is a bit late now, but try to always have the camera pointing at a wall when in meetings. Reduces these kind of risks a lot. At least you helped make the otherwise boring meeting interesting. I thought it was buck naked. I'm so sorry that was so unpleasant for you. It sounds like you were embarrassed, which is totally valid and understandable. I hope you can take some reassurance in the fact that bodies are natural, your body is natural and normal, and other people seeing it doesn't have to mean anything you don't want it to. While I understand that is embarrassing, we all have human bodies. The taboo that nudity is sexual is what makes it feel so weird. We need to get rid of the taboo. Not all walk around naked, but understand nudity doesn't always equal sexual stuff. Be proud, you made a funny mistake. I don't mean this to be smart, I'm just genuinely curious. Why did you cry for 2 hours? From embarrassment? I think I would have laughed in this situation. Probably have been a little embarrassed but definitely not cry. I'm not judging at all, I just want to know why it upset you that much. This is why I sit against the wall so the camera doesn't see anything else. Wait. Today I fucked up. 2 years ago. Many people have an alternative background turned on Zoom. It's possible they didn't even see anything. I can't understand why bosses are so intent on getting people back to the office instead of hybrid remote work. The real FU is that anyone makes such a big deal out of nudity. You should consider yourself very lucky that in-person company Christmas parties weren't happening at that time as well. That could be an awkward evening. And that was how I started my OF account. I think I read something similar here in TIFU a couple of years back, but it was the wife who was on a Zoom meeting and her husband Dick slapped her in the face from behind as a surprise. That's why it's a rule that we must be wearing at least a shirt when we enter our office, no exceptions. Even if it's not working hours, still good to get into the habit. Honestly, you probably made everyone's day. Unfortunately at your expense, but still. I was on a Zoom call once and dude's wife changed in the background. Thankfully, it was a pretty standard issue webcam, lighting was poor, and she was only seen through the open door in another room. I did, however, have to ask our tech manager to not send the video out to the group afterward as was customary. Sips coffee casual Friday like a M4. Takes off shirt. I bet they didn't miss any more meetings. I've seen this on Brazzers. I did this exact same thing when my wife was on a meeting. Her office is in our second bedroom where I have all of my clothes. Her whole team saw my dick. I guess she is lucky I wasn't feeling frisky and decided to shake it at her as I walked in. The marketing team supposedly ranked it as the one Zoom highlight lowlight of the year. Should change the sub to 2 years ago. I did something inane and hardly worth even mentioning to anyone at inane, that you can just guess what happens from the title. Achiatsuemte azatik juft. Hey, sorry that you had that experience, it must be embarrassing. I have a weird question, why did you cry afterwards? I am unable to understand. Even if embarrassment was a trigger, why did it make you cry? This is why I use a background. It's not perfect and will pick up people walking in the background occasionally, but at least if my girlfriend decides to walk around naked, the chance of seeing anything before I can turn around to tell how I have my camera on is very low. Anybody got a copy of that meeting? GIF emote free emotes pack shrug. Nothing to be embarrassed about. If they haven't seen boobs in a bush before, that's their problem. Welp, you have to marry everyone else now too. It's only fair since the birthday suit was revealed. He's probably the most popular guy at work now, all thanks to you. Smiling face with open mouth and smiling eyes. I was once in just a towel having got out of the shower. My daughter was having a Skype chat with her cousins, so I leant over to say hi. Little did I know that their granddad, on their father's side, was with them. These were my sister's kids. I never saw him again, so it didn't matter, but could have been a bit awkward. Zoom has an option to project a false background behind you. Anyone who doesn't have that set up for work meetings is asking for trouble if they don't live alone. It was you? Was it recorded for anyone not attending or for those in the meeting to have for future reference? Can I ask why you cried? I personally just don't see it as big a deal to get that emotional over. I think I found the Twitter post from this incident. Edit remembered it from when I was looking at random Zoom fails, and no, I won't be linking it. Husband needs to learn. Sorry guys, I've had a technical issue come up, I'll catch up with you tomorrow. And then go and spend some time with his naked and very embarrassed wife. Honestly, never understood why someone would turn on their camera for a Zoom meeting. I've literally never had a meeting that was audio and video only, ever audio. He should have banged you and kept eye contact with the meeting. Lots of idiots in here, including Arp's husband, who don't understand how Teams or Zoom for that matter works and weren't able to find the blur background feature. Holy fucking shit. You cried? Are you kidding me? Is this one of those things I should just chalk up as normal for females that I can't relate to as a male, or am I right thinking that's an absolutely ridiculous thing to cry over for a grown married woman? Why are you asking now, or am I missing something? To my bedroom. What country is this? Separate bedrooms for husband and wife. Hopefully some of them were women and thus didn't really count. Your husband not using blur background is the AH here. Had something similar recently with a member of staff. He has a desk in his bedroom for early meetings but uses a background on Teams calls. On this occasion he started stretching his arms up and holding them there but didn't realize this stopped the background for a section around them, allowing the whole team to see his girlfriend getting dressed from naked behind him. Best meeting they ever had. Imagine if the online meeting was recorded loudly crying face. Damn, all my team's meetings are just ugly face.